Oh, boy, you better get out tomorrow. You got to vote tomorrow. You got to vote, vote, vote. Build that wall. We're going to build that wall. Don't worry about it. We're going to build that wall. We're going to build the wall. And who's going to pay for that wall? Who? They think we're kidding too, don't they, folks, huh? We're not kidding. We're not kidding. We're not going to be the dummies anymore, folks. We're going to be the smart ones. We're going to be the smart ones. So I want to thank you. This is like a record-setting crowd, I understand. They say the biggest they've ever had at doing this stuff. Is that incredible? Incredible. 10,000 people in this beautiful arena. I want to thank Michael and his wife. They own the place. They were so nice. They were so nice, but they've really done a good job. But I just want to tell you, setting records like this, so important. But tomorrow, you have to go out and vote. We have such momentum with what happened in South Carolina last week. What a great group of people. What happened in New Hampshire the week before was so incredible. And we're leading, and everybody's talking. I'm watching television tonight, and they're all saying, oh, Trump's going to win tomorrow. Trump's going to win. Believe me, just assume we're going to tie, okay? Don't ever assume you're going to lose. We never want to even think about that. But if you assume we're going to tie, you're going to go out and vote, you know? Or as they would say in the old school, caucus, but forget the word caucus. Just go out and vote, okay? So a lot of things have happened since June 16th. When I announced I was running, who knew this was going to happen? I figured maybe we'd be in the middle of the pack by this time, but we were going to edge it out at the end, you know, like a racehorse. We edge it out. We win in the end. But we have a big lead, and we don't want to blow it. And, you know, frankly, we've got to go all the way. We're going to make America great again, folks. We're going to make America great again. We're going to make it better than ever before. You know, the fact is that over the last 6 months, 7 months, I've been going around, and every crowd, it's like this all the time. The people are amazing. The people are amazing. And I've been saying that. Make America great again. Make it. It's going to be better than ever before. Because our people in this country are incredible. Now, it started on June 16th, and I came down, I talked about illegal immigration. In fact, we have Sheriff Joe. Where's Sheriff Joe? I love Sheriff Joe. I'll tell you what, there he is right there. When Sheriff Joe endorses Trump, that means there's nobody like Trump on immigration. That we know. That we know. Thank you, Sheriff Joe. Thank you. And so it started with that, and it started with trade. And I made a speech in Trump Tower. I took a deep breath because, you know, it takes guts to run for president, I want to tell you. And I don't do this. You know, I don't do this. Other guys have spent $148 million. And I'm self-funding, by the way. I'm spending my own money. I don't need these people. I don't need their money. Very important. I don't know if I get the credit for that. You know, to be honest, when you go into a booth and you vote, I don't know that I get the credit, but I will tell you, these people are all taken care of by their donors, their special interests, and their lobbyists. 100%. 100%. Well, I used to be those people, just so you understand, you know. Who knows the game, right? Who knows the game? But I understand what it takes. So when somebody gives you $5 million and they represent the pharmaceutical industry, and they come to you and they need a favor, you know, you want to be an honest guy, but, you know, it's hard to say, like, no. You don't have to say, but believe me, they have you 100%, and what's good for the country is not going to be the thing that's done. When they come to see me, and they say, you know, we need this or we need that, I say, folks, I have no interest. I got to do what's right for the country. We're going to straighten this thing out. We're going to straighten it out. You know, I'll give you an example. Terrible thing happened. This week you saw Carrier, right? Carrier air conditioning. So my son Eric, who's here with Don, they said, you know, we ought to write a letter. These are activist sons. They're actually great sons. Where are they? Where are they? These are great sons. There they are. And they said, you know, we ought to write a letter to Carrier. And here's what happened. Do people know what went on with Carrier last week? It's very sad. And there's nothing we're going to do about it unless we get very smart and tough. You know, I went to the best school, and you don't have to go to the best school. You don't have to go through high school to understand it. What they're doing is they announced 1,400 jobs. They just fired everybody. And they said, we're moving to Mexico. And somebody took a cell phone. A lot of people are moving to Mexico. It's become like the new China. And they took a cell phone. 1,400 people were devastated. Now they say they're going to go to Mexico. So if I'm the president, here's what we do. We write them a little note. We congratulate them in their move. We hope it goes well. We hope they don't have too many cost overruns when they build their new beautiful building. And we tell them the following. We tell them that every time you make an air conditioning unit, and every time you send that unit into the United States, you're going to pay a 35% tax, okay? 35%. And it's going to be amazing how those numbers are going to change, right? It's going to be amazing. And I don't care. And they're going to call me. They won't even bother with the lobbyists because the lobbyists won't have given me money. The special interests won't have given me money. Their donors won't have given me money. When I went to the last debate, you saw that mess. I didn't have anybody there. I had my sons, my wife, I had a couple of people there. And the whole room was stacked with special interests and donors. And guys got up and spoke so badly, and the audience went crazy. And I looked, and I knew half the people in the room. They're all special interest guys. One represented pharmaceuticals. You know, I mean, you look. We've got to put our country back together. It's a mess. It's a mess. We got to do it. So, as an example, the drug companies. A doctor comes up to me, very big doctor. He says to me, you know, Donald, we're dying with Obamacare. It's a killer. It's no good. Not working. It's not working. He tells me he has more accountants than he has nurses. Not too good, right, to hear that. But he said, you know that they don't bid out drugs with the largest drug buyer in the world, the United States, and we don't bid them out. I said, well, I'm surprised to hear that, but not that surprised because the drug companies and pharmaceutical companies are all making massive campaign contributions to the people I'm running against and to all the others. And I say, I will. But I won't use that expression because I'll get in trouble with these people. They'll say, do you know what he just said? It was so, right? So I won't say it, but we will do that. We will do exactly what you said. So I said what happened. I said, yeah, that's okay. You can sit down. I said what happened is that they're all being taken care of. If we bid out pharmaceuticals, drugs, and those things, we would save each year $300 billion. $300 billion as a country. Now you have that with the military going on because the military outfits that make the weapons, even if their weapons, what's wrong? Do you have a little protester? Get him the hell out. Get him out. Oh, get him out. Where's the protester? Where is he? I don't even see him. I don't even see him. Look, I love protesters because the only way the cameras turn and show how big the audience is when there's a protester. Otherwise, they never turn. I love protesters. Don't worry, it's okay. You know, for a long time, I didn't know these guys was like solid. They're on my face. And you know the story, I've said it before. My wife, I go home. I say, how did I do? Did you see how big the crowd was? I've had 35,000 people, 25,000, 20. We have the biggest crowds by far of anybody. Much bigger than Bernie, although I will say Bernie is second. He is second, but much bigger. But I think he's heading down. He's heading down. Looks like Bernie's heading down. Looks like Hillary's going to get a pass on her email scandal. But we will be bringing it up. We'll be bringing it up. Looks like we're going to be running against Hillary, which is good. How did she get a pass on that deal? How? Right? It won't happen. It won't happen. It won't happen. So with these cameras, so they never show the audience. So I said to my wife, did you see the size of that audience tonight? We had 25,000 people. Did you? No. They just keep it on your face. And then I realized they're instructed never, ever show the audience. And the other night, recently, I had 12,000 people. Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. I love it. You know, the other night we had 12,000 people. Bernie had 3,000. I turn on the television, because I do like watching myself, to be totally honest. Okay. But I turn on the television, and they're saying, Bernie Sanders had a massive crowd of 3,000 people, blah, 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 you know, the taxes, everything. Okay. Then they go to Trump. And Donald Trump spoke before a crowd today. I had 12,000 people, he had 3. So he had a massive crowd at 3, 12 they don't mention. This is really bad. These are the most dishonest people I think I've ever dealt with. It's true. It's true. They're bad people. Bad people. But we learn to live with it. Not all of them. They're not all bad. There's about 80% bad, 10% okay, 5% good, and 5% very good, all right? That's not bad. That's not bad. So what I did on June 16th, we came out, we started talking about trade, how we're being ripped off with China, ripped off with Japan, ripped off with Mexico at the border and in trade, ripped off by Vietnam and by India and by every country, every single country, because they're all represented by these people that we think are representing us. That's why when I say I'm self-funding, folks, it means much more than you think. It means much more, I'm telling you. You know, if it's a tie, they should vote for me, is what I'm saying. And if it's like somebody 20% better than me, and I don't know why that would be possible, they should vote for me. Anything more than 20, 25%, go with the other guy. I will say this, look, these are the most dishonest people I've ever dealt with. Politicians. Now, I've dealt with them all my life, so I'm not surprised. It's not like I'm shaken up. But this guy, Cruz, lies more than any human being I've ever dealt with. Unbelievable. And he holds up the Bible, and he lies. And then he holds up the Bible again, and he lies. And you know, it was sort of cool, because at the last debate, Rubio, nice guy. Nice guy. No, but he looked across, and he said, you're a liar. And I've never heard a politician